It's happening. It's happening. Karen came out and told Erin at the end of episode 5 that she is pregnant. Ciao. What's good, y'all? She sis Erica Vane coming to you right here on Erica Vane TV, your number one source for all sisters content. If you're new, go ahead and hit the subscribe button because you're not going to want to miss any of my videos. After you hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell notifications to make sure that you don't miss any of my videos. Okay, in this video we're going to break down episode 5, Life, Soul, Heart, from season 4 of BET and Tyler Perry's Sistas. For the most part, y'all, the episode was very low key. We got additional information of our characters, but not a ton of things happen. Like Fatima and Zach definitely had their moment and, you know, still the show, because they tend to do that every single episode that they get together. But for the most part, it was real low key. So let's start at the top. Logan shows up at Dani's house and he's trying to convince her that he is an undercover cop and he needs her not to blow his cover when he comes back to the airport, because he will be back at the airport. And didn't she notice nobody was like chasing after him but her with her daggone shoe? So after their little moment, he's able to prove that he's a cop. I don't understand why you still have to come to her house to do this, sir. Like, you could be a cop and all that could be cool in whatever, but you had to come to her house. You had to break into her house because you're also pushing to get into her house. Like, yeah, it's a no for me. But aside from that, y'all, once we get past the fact that he broke into her house and he pushing to make sure that she knows X, Y, and Z, he is actually undercover. Don't mess up my undercoverness. But didn't you notice that none of the security was actually following me, which is you and your shoe? Yeah. Once we get past all of that, y'all, I like Logan's energy. I feel like Logan could be a really great influence on Dani. I feel like Dani is a lost soul right now. She has sabotaged her relationship with Preston. She is kind of low-key sabotaging her relationships with her friends. She is isolating herself. She doesn't actually have much to, not to say live for, because I'm not saying that she's like gonna die or anything like that. Like, that's not what I'm saying at all. She just kind of is floating. She just out here smashing random dudes, smoking weed, going to a job that she hates. And it's like, girl, I'm gonna need you to have something to be able to grasp and call upon within your life that you're really excited about. And I think that saving these girls, helping these girls, protecting these girls could be that. And Logan happens to usher in that. So this could really give Dani some type of purpose, I feel, within her life, and give her something better to focus on. Like, part of the reason why I feel like she's spiraling within this little negative space that she's in is because she doesn't necessarily have a lot to look forward to or nothing to really get excited about. Like, the most that we have seen her excited was within the relationship with Preston, and now that has gone south. What she got to be excited about? And I like Logan's energy. I feel like he's grounded. I feel like he's strong. I feel like he's intentional, and he's giving all of that. And I'm like, I took a look at them and I was like, oh, this could work. This could really work. While I do think that Dani should spend some time on her own to really, you know, deal with some of her internal battles that she has going on, I think that she's not going to. And if she's not going to, then her next partner needs to be somebody who is strong and who can help push her into a space of passion and purpose. And again, helping these women who are being trafficked through the sex industry and being preyed upon by sexual predators could be a really dope, purposeful mission that they both undertake. And I know that Dani isn't a cop, but she can, like, you know, in this episode we get to see he brings up like, yo, you can come and volunteer at the house, the safe house that we take these women to. And Dani is all for that, and she's so excited about that. He ultimately winds up getting a date because he's like, let's go to dinner to talk about it. But you know, it's fine. I'm not mad at how you laid that down, Logan. Dani was not for going out on a date with you, but when you started talking about helping these women and her being able to see the work that you do and how impactful it is, and being able to meet a lot of the women whose lives you've changed, she was all for it. So hey, let's go to dinner, and I'm totally here for that. Now, other than that, Dani tells Sabrina a little bit early on before she gets to work that she's not coming to Andy's house because she don't want to hear what Karen got to say. She feel like Karen just called her so that she could make her feel bad about Preston going on a date. And I'm like, girl, you know that that's a damn lie, and you're lying through your teeth right now. This is like a prime example of what I feel like her sabotaging her relationships looks like, because it's not even just Preston, it's her making up these narratives about her actual friends. Karen called you as an actual friend, like, yo, your man is doing X, Y, and Z, what you want to do, and had your back while it was happening. It's not like she just was being messy and left you there with your feelings. Like, no, she stood by your side right there too. But you choose to believe the worst about people, and you're ultimately operating as a worse version of yourself. So it is what it is. Logan, I feel like, could maybe help with this. Now, it ain't his job to fix her, but he could definitely help. When Sabrina ain't talking to Calvin, she is getting, I guess, annoyed and pushed away by Maurice because he's still pissed about her bringing up his parents and all that she said and pointed out. Q keep calling him, and she overhears that, and nosy Sabrina wants to be all up in that mix and that business, which is like, okay, cool, we already know that that's going on. Like, nothing changed there in reference to that relationship. Calvin does come into the bank to apologize for leaving her, for acting a fool, and then they have a little bit of a talk, and he's not necessarily sorry for one part, but he is sorry about the other. He wasn't trying to be a man, but it looked like he was trying to be a man. Sir, y'all are just not fit for each other. Just gone. But of course not. Sabrina's going to give him another chance. They're going to go to another dinner. They're going to go to another restaurant. So she's going to give him another opportunity to cut up and act the monkey fool elsewhere. And I'm like, girl, why? At this point, you don't want to spare yourself, but could you at least spare us? Because we're tired and we don't want to see it anymore. I know I'm tired. Y'all tired? And more funny news, we get to see Hayden in this episode because bruh ain't got no PTO or no FMLA, so he got to bring the work fresh off of getting beat, being butt naked on the hood of his car with photos taken of him. He's hobbling in here with these crutches and an attitude, and it's like, sir, you might want to calm down and back because you're on crutches and I can really whoop your behind if I choose to. But instead, Fatima opts for her lovely deep belly cackles that she has 100% deserved at his expense, and I'm totally here for it. She was rolling for a strong 2 minutes straight, and Tyler Perry kept recording so that we could see all of it. And you know what, Hayden, you deserve every single laugh at your expense. You better hope I don't break your ankles next, because you still got an attitude. You still talking big and bad like you about to do something, and this is not really what you want. This was just one battle that I won, and Fatima will definitely win the war. But if you want to keep going down this route, then we could keep going down this route. Ultimately, y'all, I do think that Hayden's gonna be the reason why Zach goes to prison. But you know what? We can go ahead and break up all his stuff, break a few ankles, maybe a wrist or something like that in the process, since he want to keep it gully and he wants to threaten Fatima in retaliation for her and what she said and laughing at him in this moment. I think Hayden's gonna be very interesting this season, and honestly, I have no sympathy. If you are one of the very few who have sympathy for Hayden, please jump down in the comment section down below. Tell me why, so that maybe you can bring me back from the dark side, because all I'm thinking about is how else he can be beat. Moving on. Also in this episode, Zach and Fatima. So Karen gives Zach a call because the lady pops up at the hair salon again. So she calls him to let him know. And who answers? Fatima answers. Oh Lord. This was so awkward and so cringe, but you know what? It gotta happen. We're gonna have a bunch of awkward run-ins before we get to smooth sailing. So we just gonna have to buckle up and go on along for the ride. I'm here for it, but Karen and Fatima had that little back and forth over the phone. Kind of got an attitude, kind of don't got an attitude. I'm gonna say what I gotta say. I can't. I love these girls both, so watching them is just kind of like watching my two friends fight, but they ain't really fight, so it is what it is. But that leads Fatima to call Zach like, yo, I got your phone. And then they have a very cute moment about exchanging passwords. Ultimately, Fatima does not give him her password, but he gives her his. And Fatima's able to go through the phone, and she's also able to drop to a deeper level of trust with him because he was able to reveal his password to her. And she's just like, oh, she feels so special. Was y'all with her? Like, I was so giddy, like, yes, girl, we in there. Like, let's see what's in here. Fatima might as well have been sitting right next to me because I was like, oh yeah, we won, we in here. But yeah, y'all, we get that little cute ZATIMA moment, and as I mentioned, we're just going to get a ton of ZATIMA moments spread throughout season 4 of Sistas, and I'm here for it. Now, the biggest thing of the episode, at least for me, was Karen and the conversation that she had with Aaron. Yo, Aaron shows up with lunch, y'all. Listen, okay, first, wait, before I even go into Aaron, can we talk about Pam? Can we talk about how Pam is getting a little bit more shine, a little bit more words? She asked Karen, did she eat? She checked old girl who popped up asking about Zach and ushered her up out of there and told her what it is and what it ain't, like a true friend. I don't know what Tyler Perry got planned for Pam, but Pam is giving real friend. I know she's her employee, but she's also giving real friend, and I'm very, very excited for it, and I'm gonna need the rest of the sisters to have this energy as well, okay? Now, when Aaron walks in, he walks in with lunch, and Pam was like, who's gonna reimburse me? That's right, Pam. Make sure you get your money because you already had ordered her some food. But her man and or potential man, I don't even know what Aaron and Karen are, but you know what? Whatever it is, I'm fine with it right now. He walks in with food, and she's talking, and she lets him know that she's tired. He's like, all right, come on, we're gonna go in the back. And he takes her in the back to rub her feet. Like, where are they producing these men? Like, where are the Aarons at? Do anybody know what an Aaron factory is? Because I might need to go swing by real quick. It's given. And while they're talking, like, I love their conversation and everything. So for me, y'all, this scene was it. This scene was like the scene of the episode that I was like, all right, I'm totally here for this. And this is all that matters to me in the episode. They're talking about seeing each other at their worst, and Aaron asks, like, why are you so occupied with or so obsessed with seeing me at my worst? And he's like, I think you already have. And he calls back to when he was, drunk and out of control. And she remembers that, and then, you know, she reminds him of like, you seen me at my worst. And I'm like, girl, if all of that was your worst, then by golly, Miss Molly, y'all might be really good for each other. Because yes, while those situations that y'all we have seen them go through or seen them with other people were bad, they were not complete and utter deal breakers. So let's start there. And as they're continuing to have this conversation, and he's rubbing her feet, and they're just being really open and honest with one another, and just talking about how they would handle certain things, she literally just feels so compelled to yell out, "I'm pregnant." And when I tell y'all I gasp for air, I could not contain myself. I started hollering in my house. I was just like, yeah, I know that's right. The way it happened felt very, very organic and natural, because she was before she said it, y'all, she was just like, you don't get really upset, like you really keep it controlled and contained, and you're so grounded and level-headed and all of this. Like, she was saying all of the reasons why, you know, telling him it wouldn't become a thing. Like, basically one of the things that she has been struggling with is like fearing like he would just walk away or leave her or disrespect her or just do something crazy as a response to the fact that she might be pregnant by her ex. And while they were talking, she's coming to the, you know, conclusion of like, yeah, you wouldn't do that because you're just not the type of person. Like, you're really a nice, kind, sweet person. And that brings her to tell him. And I was just like, yes, we're moving on. We're moving forward with the story. And that is where I'm going to stop the breakdown, because I do got a preview video that if you are not subscribed to the channel, you're going to need to subscribe and turn the bell notification on for it, because I will be getting into how Erin responds in that preview video, because we get a little peek in it. The episode literally ends with her yelling out, "I'm pregnant," and I love that for Karen. I'm so aside from the baby mama journey that she about to go on, I'm so excited for the journey we're about to see with Karen. And hopefully some of y'all can come back on top of the Karen train after y'all let go of the hate that you have and your Fatima, ZATIMA. You know, y'all know y'all can like ZATIMA and like Karen. Like, y'all don't have to dislike one or the other. I'm just saying, because I do it. But that is my full breakdown of episode 5, Life, Soul, Heart. Those 3 words put together some way. That's the name of the episode. Season 4 of Tyler Perry's Sistas. Thank y'all so much for checking out my video. If you want to deep dive into Fatima's flaws, then check out this video right here. And I already did a video on how Erin will respond while you wait for the preview to get uploaded. Go ahead and check out that video right here.